This is my intro. Hey, welcome to my channel. Ow. Welcome to my channel. Hey guys, Stingray72 here. Just want to talk real quickly about this issue or whatever that's going on with T.I. and Tiny and their son, and some argument that they were having online at a football game, or this, that, and the other. Okay, one, there's no such thing as arguing with your parents. There shouldn't be. Definitely and clearly, we live in a different time now where parents are more interested in being their kids' friends, as opposed to parenting them. And I know what I'm talking about because I've fallen a victim to that a couple of times, where I didn't want to disappoint my children, but yeah, that shit is done. But the way he acts is their fault. They allow it. This is strictly my opinion. They allow it. And again, there's no such thing as being in an argument or having an argument with your parents. That just doesn't even sit right with me. That don't sound right with me. Let me tell you something. I can act like I'm arguing with my mother and or my father, but that shit better be behind a closed door, vacuum sealed, soundproof. And I better have a straitjacket on already and be in some sort of asylum, because I would never be able to see straight again. You hear me? Not in the least. But anyway, I digress. He glorifies their childhood, their struggle. This boy has probably never had to struggle in his life, ever. And the fact that they brought up him wanting to go over to his grandmother's house, and everything. I used to love going over to my grandmother's house. And yes, usually grandparents' home is a vacation from your home. You get different liberties at grandma's house. Most times you do. Grandma and grandpa ain't gonna let you get away with everything, but you'll definitely be able to get away with a lot more than you would at home. And if they were specifically speaking about an actual pacifier that he wanted to use or chew on or suck on or whatever at home, and his parents wouldn't let him, excuse me, but he wanted to go to his grandmother's house because his grandmother would allow that. I understand that. Because like I said, there were certain things that I couldn't do at home with my mother and father. But I knew that if I go to grandma and grandpa's house, I'd be able to do certain things. So yeah, I get that. But when you spoil them for so long and so often, and then you just snatch and take it away, of course a child is going to want to find a way to go and do what they used to do or do what they used to get away with. But baby, the fact that T.I. ended up putting his son in a headlock, I know for certain that that's the least that he could have done on camera. Because I know he wanted to wring that thing out. I know he did. Because I wanted to. But again, you can only fault the child so much because it's what the parents allow. It's definitely what the parents allow. Yes, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He's only famous because his mother and father are famous. That's it. You're not making a way for yourself. The only way you're getting attention is because you want clicks and likes on social media. And if being famous on social media is your shtick, then that's what it is. Do your thing. But how crazy is that? You haven't garnered that information in your mind yet to understand that if that's the only way you can become famous, you may as well get an OnlyFans page. No disrespect for those who have an OnlyFans page. But again, if that's the only way you're famous, then there it is. But I don't know too much about their household. Of course, we don't know 100% of what's going on. We only know what's in the media. We only know what they allow us to see. And I'm more than certain it's not anything outrageous that happens. They go through regular family stuff. They're just in the limelight. So everything that they do is magnified, and we get that. We understand that, or we should understand that. But him saying, I stand on business. What business you standing on? You need a step stool to stand tall. Are you kidding me? See, these kids nowadays, and it's our fault. It's our fault as parents because we want better for our kids than what we had. But what the hell was wrong with what we had? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It got us to where we are. It helped us to propel. It helped to propel us to who we are now. We actually earned things. Not all of us were given things, you know. And the fact that we give so much to our children, now they expect it. So like when you see a chore list for a child and they're like, what is this? Clean fucking house up. Just little stuff like that. But yeah, it's our fault. It's definitely our fault because we want to, like I said, give our kids better than what we had growing up. And now the money is different in society and we can't afford it, so we give it to our kids. They don't earn any damn thing. They don't pay any bills, and they think that because they pay, if they do pay something like a cell phone bill or something, that they're taking care of themselves. Absolutely not. Because you are paying pennies. These kids are paying pennies against what we as parents pay in the other realm. And if you don't treat your children like that, then shout out to you. That's all right. But in general, I believe that the society we're raising now, they're brats, they're entitled, and it's our fault as their parents. It is definitely our fault as their parents. Because again, I had my first job when I was 13. I worked at Little Caesars and I worked at this restaurant called Bob's Big Boy. 2 jobs at 13, and I was in high school. I worked one Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the other one on Saturdays and Sundays. I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 27 years old. And that sucker was a flip phone. And I was pressed to get a flip phone. Couldn't wait. I was like, oh, shucks. These kids, we're giving them $1,000 cell phones at 10 years old. We're giving them shoes that parents are standing online to make sure they get first dibs. We online buying stuff and things like that, having shit shipped to the house. These kids don't deserve any of that. They can't spell the designers that they're wearing. But we want to make sure they look good. So, and that goes with poor, rich, hood rich, anybody. We want to look good. We are pressed to make sure that society sees that we look good, that we can do it. So we afford our children these different things, these luxuries of being able to talk to us the way they want, act the way they want, wear what they want, and say what they want. And in retrospect, again, it's our fault. So when I heard about the little video or, T.I. and Tiny's son being upset or whatever it was, and then just seeing a little snippet of it, I didn't even have to see the entire video. Because one, it should have never happened. Why is it on social media? If this is a family discussion, why is it on social media? But again, I just wanted to come on here real quick. Like I said, I didn't watch the video in its entirety. I seen a little snippet of it. I heard about the situation. But then when they said he was arguing with his parents, you don't argue with no parents and live to tell the story. You really don't. And if you do, it's your parents' fault. Because there's a respect level. And I can't say it's common sense because as my grandma used to say, all sense ain't common. But it's a disrespectful thing to believe that you're going to be able to argue with your parents and still live. Anyway, I ain't got nothing else to say because, I really shouldn't have said what I said. But I did. And guess what? If you want to see more content like this, and of course you do, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Stingray72. I'll be here all week. Be sure and tip your waitress. And until the next video, bye. Thank you for watching. This is the end. Bye.